Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for Tier 3 action. This time we have a sprint round at Silverstone. And as you can see on screen, we have 20 drivers. So we'll see lots of action in both the sprint and the feature. But at the moment, we've got 18 minutes of quality to see who'll take pole for the sprint. Scotty with you again this week. And I've got a special guest. He stayed up for us, probably freezing his ass off. But Timmy, welcome to the stream, mate. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you for having me, Scotty. And you are absolutely right. I am freezing my ass off at the moment. It's only 3.7 degrees over here, so it is quite cold at the moment.
Yes, well, thank you for joining us. As we've still got all the cars in the garages at the moment. We'll just go over the previous results at France. Gordo was our man that scored pole position. Can he go back to back? Actually, is Gordo even in? Actually, Gordo's not. So we will have a new person on pole position. But Bompton, he scored our first win.
Bompton in the Aston. He's a great driver, and I don't think he's in either.
He's not in either. So we'll have a new pole position, a new person taking the checkered flag. Is Verk. Verk is in. He scored second in quality, and then he did score a podium. So got to be a good round because we're going to see two new people on this podium, which will be good to see. As we have a few guys now coming out on the track. Cud's coming out, and he's around Cops at the moment.
Yeah, just had a quick look up. Looks like Shadow, he's going to be the first one to cross the line there. He's going around Maggots and Beckett's now. So he's a long way ahead. And as Shadow, I was just having a little chat with Shadow. He didn't score a single point all Season 3, but he scored points in his first race here in Season 4. So he'll be looking to build on that and hopefully carry that momentum over into Race 2 here in the sprint round where there's some big points up for grabs, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. As he's heading around the final couple of corners now, rounding Club Corner. So, Timmy, do you want to take us around on his first flyer lap?
Oh, absolutely. Taking around as he comes down Hamilton Straight and flat out for you. You don't want to be on the brakes at all. He runs very wide there. He doesn't pick up a track limit there, so he got very lucky, but he went very wide there. You won't be looking to do that in the race. That would have cost him just a little bit, I think, as he comes around turns 5 there. Comes around into the first DRS section here, where we've seen the famous battle of Max and Lewis a couple of years ago, where they were side by side all the way down here. And he looks like he's holding some pretty good momentum at the moment. It does look like the Haas behind him, whoever that is gaining on him, but so he does need to watch that. I think that might be Batman 1 down there at the moment. As he gets ready, comes around Woodcote and then comes towards Cops. You just want to ease off that throttle a little bit, hold it in 8th. He might drop down into 7th, does drop down into 7th, but holds it, does well, doesn't go too wide there, which is very good to see. And now he comes into Maggots Becks. It's a very tough part of the track where you want to keep as much momentum as possible for here. You can see he's done that very well, actually. He's held a very tidy line, a little bit slow there on the exit, but still a very respectable time. He picks up the Sector 2, we're seeing yellows behind us. He was holding purple, but that disappeared very quickly into a green, so that tells me Batman 1 is probably moving a little bit quicker there through Sector 2. As now he comes down into the Vale and into getting ready to come into Clubs. And Clubs, what a tough turn this is. I absolutely struggle. It doesn't matter how much I practice here, Club, I just can't do it. He's done it very well. He comes across and sets the mark of a 130.4. As I said, Batman did look to be going a bit quicker, as Cuds goes a little bit quicker too. We're going to mention Cuds is a Tier 4 reserve at the moment. Yeah. He's gone, 8 times quicker there.
Exactly, and he showed some good pace last time out in France. I believe he reserved Tier 3 as well. I think he got into a bit of an incident though, so he didn't probably maximise the results, but his pace is definitely there as I'm on board with the Aston Martin of Chriso. As he comes around Club Corner, final corner, he crosses the line. He jumps up into pole position, 28.3. So not a bad bank, and he's 9 tenths quicker but Burke right behind him. We saw his pace last week, so he's gone straight there.
Oh, I'm just getting a little bit of inside information on Bompton. He's over in New Zealand at the moment, I believe, and it is raining quite heavily up there north. And it looks to seem like his house has been flooded, and his setup is flooded.
Oh, that's not good. Hopefully all is well. Him and his family are safe, and hopefully we should see him back very soon.
Hopefully, yeah. Actually, just mentioning, Batman 1, he's also a Tier 4 driver, so he's stepping up into the shoes in Tier 3 here in RC. He's done a very good lap. He is currently in 6, but we've got a couple of Tier 4 guys there holding their own out there. Verk, but the podium sitter from last week, he's up there again. He's currently sitting P2.
Yeah, exactly. Pole in Tier 4 last night was a 28 flat, so we're nearly to that margin already. So I'm thinking probably mid-27s possibly could be pole, I reckon. Tetris.
Ooh, Tetris. Yeah, I think
Nice
you're
lap
right.
from
As that track climatises just a little bit, towards that 5-minute mark, 4-minute mark, when everyone goes back out again, that track will be a lot warmer and you'll see those lap times quite substantially a little bit quicker there.
Yeah, NATO Bien, if I'm saying that right, currently P5. He's replacing Gordo from last week. Ferrari second and fourth at France, so currently leading the constructors for Tier 3. So he's going to want to hope for a really good round tonight to keep that Ferrari momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to find someone on a hot lap. I think we might have Saki coming around. He's getting ready to come into around the final sector now. Yeah, he's definitely on a hot lap. All that ERS up is used. He's used every inch of it. He's down to about 10% now as he comes around club. Rounding that final corner now, coming across the line, and he's a little bit off the pace, going into the 130s almost, a 129.8, so a little bit off the pace. Both Haas's down there in 11th and 12th at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at his ERS, I'm assuming that he probably made a mistake on his first fly, so wanted to have a second run. Batman definitely going for another run, however. So we'll see if he can better his first time. Coming across the line now. He does jump his teammate. He does find half a second, but only moves up one spot. So he's going to have to find a lot more time with the new set of boots.
That does hurt, doesn't it? Finding half a second. Move up one spot. Yeah,
exactly. But
the Red Bull's yet to settle up.
Yeah, both Red Bulls. Ads is just coming out on his fly now, and JJ, I'm pretty sure he was out on a lap, but must have been validated, so he's come back out on a new set of soft tyres. Woofer, by the look of it, is our main man on a flyer, so Woofer is a reserve as well. So we'll see how it goes.
So big shoes filling in for Bompton there.
Yeah, exactly. Last week's race winner, so he'd want to do well. As he's coming up towards Cops now. He actually drops back to 6th gear and quick shift back up into 7th, sorry.
He took a very sharp corner. He didn't run wide. He would have lost a lot of momentum going through there. Right up over the curbs there as well. Yeah. Very wide there, but so held a little bit more speed there compared to what we saw Shadow hold a little bit. But yeah, he pulled it in very tight. I think he would have lost a little bit of time, but he has picked up a purple sector too, so he must be doing something right. Yeah,
that'd be his best sector so far, but still a little bit of a scrappy lap from Woofer, so we might not see this time. Yeah, as he climbs that curve, definitely easily to spin on those curves. So luckily he sort of got away with it, as he does go 29.5. But a bit of a scruffy lap. I reckon there's definitely more time in it for Woofer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But luckily enough, Assen currently in second. Christo 28.3. He's only less than a 10th off pole at the moment, so his fine form's continuing.
Yeah, I think if Woofer just opens that steering lock up a little bit through Cops there and carries a little bit of momentum through there, he'll probably find 3-4 attempts just in that one little section. And then minus those curbs there towards Club, he could be looking at a very respected lap time.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to find some guys.
Got a Red Bull out there. We've got Izzy out. He's just come across the line, so he has just started his lap, and Ads would also have started his lap. He's coming up to around Cops now. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him. I can see 3 cars ahead of him, all on in there, in laps by the looks. So, oh, he's running board. Oh, he's done very nice there.
Exactly.
Adds
Mercedes get out of the way nicely, and he might actually get a nice tow from the
Yeah.
Alpine in front of him too, which is his teammate,
Well, that's his
I
teammate,
believe.
so
Yeah.
he doesn't look like
Ooh, yeah.
Wasn't very nice, his teammate.
Yeah, I reckon if they might not have been in the same party, but if they were, I would have tried to give my teammate a bit of a tow. A couple of tenths there definitely would have helped, but we'll
Yeah,
right on board
I think that
the rest of the lap.
might have cost him time because he pulled in very sharp to try and pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. So and didn't get any benefit at all. But what's ads
Still
come across
looking very
the
good.
line.
Low 128s there. 128.7, sorry.
Yeah, still P5 gets into the top half of the field. I think JJ manages to set his first proper time and puts him into the top 10, 28.9.
I'm just going down to Izzy. He's coming around the final sector now. He's got about 3 turns to go. He's on his lap like a true boss, still sitting in that pit, so he's in no rush to get out there. So he's obviously got a lot of confidence in himself to get up there. Izzy jumps right up into P2 there.
Very nice, and splits the gap between
the Red Bull
Tetris.
sister.
Yeah, exactly. And again, he's only about 700ths off, so it's really close at the top of this field at the moment. But
I'll just pull up the gap to the leader. The top 3 is split by less than 1/10 there, and from 1st to 12th is split by just 9.5 tenths. So
yeah, very close.
very close.
Yeah, Burke managed to invalidate this current lap, so he'll come back in. So he'll go out for his 3rd run. As I've got one of the Alfa Romeos coming around the final corner. Who is it? That would be Ratbag.
Oh,
bit aggressive on that curb, and he invalidated. He was about to start his flyer, but he invalidated. So
this NMAX lap, that is the worst thing that can come of this game.
Yeah, True Boss getting past him, but at least he will only have done an out lap, so he'll be able to take this lap sort of cautiously. If he has got extra fuel, he will be able to go for his next run, but yeah, a bit of time lost there. I'm not sure if he'll be able to complete this run and get back into the pits. So this may be his final run if he doesn't come into box.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very long pit lane in Silverstone also. I think it's actually the longest one on the calendar. I think you lose about 33. Oh, Boss goes around on his outlap. So he's just put it in the grass. Boss on the outlap there. But yeah, it is a super long pit lane. I wonder if Ratbag doesn't look like he's planning on coming in. He's just coasting around, keeping that ERS up at 100 there. So I reckon Ratbag, he'll be looking to just go around again here on these same tyres.
Yeah, True Boss goes through on Ratbag once again. Fingers crossed that he doesn't have another spin.
Well, he's actually got his ERS on, and it's only his outlap. I'm just watching it go down at the moment. He hasn't turned it off.
Yeah, exactly. I've just seen that as well. So this is going to hurt him, actually.
This is going to hurt him.
Because we're seeing the guys starting the lap with 100% RS, getting around about 20 to 30%. So he's not going to have any ARS for this last part of the lap.
He's actually gone straight in.
So
straight into the pit. So he wants fresh tyres.
Yeah, he thought that spin might have just caused a little bit too much damage. So he'll go around.
Let's see, Ratbag. Ratbag nearly loses it again. I see.
Manages to get around the final corner, so he can actually start this lap properly. So we're right on board as everybody else is filing into the pits. I think Woofer, I'll quickly switch to him. He's coming around the final corner to start his next lap. So we'll switch back to Ratbag. So currently 19th, and the last of the runners have set a time. So McLaren gets out of the way nicely for him as he comes around Brooklands now. We'll see which line he takes through Luffield to get a nice clean exit out of here. Carry as much speed as he can through Woodcote. Got a nice clean run. We'll see how he goes through Cops. We're seeing the guys slightly dip back into 7th. He does. Nice line through there. So as he comes up through Mackett's and Beckett's now.
He's invalidated.
Yeah, a bit too much curb there, so that's another lap down. And I'm just thinking time-wise, he may not quite have enough.
Yeah, he's going to have to go again. Here, he's got no choice but to go again.
I don't think he's got the fuel, so I think he has to come in.
Oh,
So,
yeah, mate. You're absolutely right.
yeah, Ratbag, this might be his final run, but we'll wait and see. We'll switch back to Woofer. He's managed to navigate Maggots and Beckett's well, so he's on the hanger straight now, coming around Stowe. So I didn't see how he took Cops. Hopefully he took it nicer.
Well, I've got 5 temps up on my lap data time there, so...
And that will put him, in my books, near the top 10.
Put him right up into a 129, so he'd be very close to that.
Oh, very nice
well
up.
There you go, 9 temps.
Yeah, so the Aston TP will be very happy with that lap. P6 as a reserve. So very nice lap from Woofer. And I think that will be his qualifying done. So hopefully for his sake he doesn't drop too much further down the grid. As I think we've got Verk, he's in. So he's invalidated again. So Verk, he'll qualify at the very best on the second row, but I have a feeling he may drop further down.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of guys setting up for the outlaps, and you got Kaio out there behind him, Cuds, Ducat. Ducat, obviously our Tier 4 champion last season. Shadow's out there. Boss is out there again. Boss is the only guy out there to yet set a lap. And he's going to have one opportunity to do it.
Exactly. I'm seeing a lot of traffic coming down the Hamilton Straight, so fingers crossed these guys can navigate it quickly. On board with Blue Dog. So he's starting his fly. He's currently up by a 10.5. He's about 3 tenths away from around that Woofer time, Ads time. So we'll see if he can find any further.
Well, Verk's just been pipped by his teammates, so he's dropped down onto the third row now. Bridgie's just jumped up above him there.
Bridgie, Tier 4 reserve as well, and he showed great pace last week, and doing again and out-qualifying his teammate as well. So it's a really nice drive from Bridgie at the moment. Let's hope he can have a cleaner race than he did last week. Kai's just about to start his lap. We'll switch down to the other Aston. He's starting his flyer. So the AlphaTauri starting their lap. I think it's the Ferrari guys.
Just on board with Boss. He's run very wide. Seems like he's struggling just a little bit. He's making a lot of corner corrections there. Oh,
yeah, saw the two Ferraris and our reserve NATO BN steps pole by 10.5. 30 seconds left. Oh, and that Red Bull nearly goes into the back of the Alfa Romeo. Try to get as much tow as he possibly can. That's Izzy Bro. He's coming around the last couple of corners now. So,
looks like Boss is struggling back there. Louis will go up to Izzy Bro. As you said, he's coming around the final corner now. What does he do?
He does improve, but not enough.
Does improve, but not enough.
Will jump on like a true boss. Hasn't set a lap time. He needs something. Claw himself up this leaderboard.
It's not going to be pole.
It's not, but he does jump into the 10, so he can fight through there. So he doesn't have to fight through the entire field.
Yeah, I believe Boss is actually one of the only drivers out in Tier 3 who actually uses no assists. I think he just has corners only on for the line. Besides that, it is absolutely nothing on.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's trying out there.
Kai takes pole by 4 tenths of a second.
Tenths.
I was trying to find that Williams that was about to cross the line, and it was Kai. Oh, and there was a bit of contact between him and that McLaren, but managed to avoid each other.
Who we got coming around? We've got an AlphaTauri coming around. I think that's Tetris, is it?
It is Tetris. He's up by 3.5 on my screen.
They've got an Alpine. Oh, he jumps up into P2. And then I think we've got an Alpine behind there. Might be Ads coming across. It is Ads. Ads jumps up into 8th.
Yeah, jumped about 3
Ads
spots.
Didn't improve.
Blue Dog's coming in. I think we are pretty much done.
Ratbag got out there for another lap.
Oh, he did too. He must have just crossed the line. He's got half a second up. Can he find more time?
Oh, he finds a little bit.
He's off the last row. Arch behind him. What can he do? He jumps into P9. Nice lap. He found 7 tenths. So that jumps him into the 10. So be very happy with that. And with that lap, we are done with qualifying. And it is Kai that was probably the standout by 3.5 tenths over Tetris.
Absolutely. But look, as we've seen from the Ferraris last year, quality pace is one thing, race pace is another.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got to carry that momentum all the way through this race if he wants any chance. And it is a sprint race, so this is only set in that grid just for that sprint race at the moment. And I think that's 9 laps or 10 laps or something around that mark.
9 laps. It is 9 laps, and you'd expect a lot of the guys just to take the medium set all the way. No pit stops needed. But looking at that, we do have Cairo, our reserve for Williams, on pole. Tetris is pretty much, I think he's our first full-time driver, P2. But yeah, really good result from Cairo. But we'll quickly scroll down. Tetris second, Nadabian third, Izzy Bro fourth, Christo in the Aston fifth, Bridgie beats his McLaren teammate for 6th, Burke 7th, adds 8. Arch jumped up that late lap in 9th, and Gilcat rounds out the 10 in the AlphaTauri. Woofer, after sitting that nice lap early on, he drops out of the 10, but he can fight through there if he can try and keep it clean through the sprint. Like a true boss, he only got the 1 lap in. That's 12th. Cards in 13th. Blue Dog 14th. He'll have to sort of fight through the field to get back up into his high position from last week. And then the rest of the grid, unfortunately, for myself personally, Alfa Romeo's was sort of at the back, but we'll see how those guys fight through. But yeah, interesting qualifying. Who are your standouts for that session?
Yeah, absolutely. Kai seen that lap time 3.5 attempts quicker, especially for a reserve driver. Why he didn't get picked, unless he only signed on to be a reserve, baffles me. But Tetris, what a lap from Tetris. Izzy Bro up there, and then I think it was the other Ferrari reserve there. What a lap. A couple of the reserves being standouts here. We've also got Woofer, the reserve in the Aston Martin, stepping into the big shoes of Bompton. So the reserves are really making a name for themselves.
Exactly.
If any seat comes available, there's going to be a few knocking.
Yeah, exactly. And Tetris, he got P5 last week in France, so he's showing some good form at the start of the season.
Consistency is key. Obviously, I think we've got a pretty big calendar, yeah. So, as I said, we've got a couple of reserves there. You got Bridgie. He's the tier 4 reserve. I think you're saying there. Archer is the reserve. Woofer's the reserve. Card's a reserve. Janif. But yeah, Kaio and I'm not even going to say that. Nato Bien or
Nato Bien. I think it is,
FRL.
but
we'll go with FRL.
But yeah, but on screen, every single driver has gone the medium tyre, so no one's sort of gambling with the softs. Figured 1 or 2 may have taken a punt to sort of get track position early on, but yeah, we'll go mediums for the 9 laps. But obviously,
I'll bring up position changes and I'll let you know how we're looking after about turn 5 then.
Yeah, no worries. And as we know, not a long run to turn 1 here at Silverstone, but as we've seen in previous races in many leagues across this game, can be absolute carnage. Yeah, Tetris
can be dangerous.
Exactly. Tetris getting a little bit close to Kai there. Wants to be a little bit careful, doesn't want to DNF himself and have colder tyres, especially on this track. But yeah, it's managing to try and find your right line, but as we know, 3 wide going to turn 1. One crash, 1 bit of contact in that midfield pack, and it's absolute chaos. And Tetris, as I say it, he's had a bit of a spin.
Oh, I was watching Tetris. He was actually trying to hold 4th gear. So he's trying to rev that engine out and probably try and get a little bit of warmth into the tyres by doing so, holding gear. It just helps you just weave around just that little bit extra holding the lower gear there. So maybe that's what he's trying to do. It just hasn't. Oh, we've got another car around there. Williams. Is that Kaio?
It is Kaio. So our front row haven't managed to keep it on the track on the formation lap.
Oh,
and he got disqualified.
There you go. The cold tyres.
He's
going to be in serious trouble.
He's not going to have super cold tyres, but I'd have a bit of a worry about him getting jumped from the first 2 rows of the grid.
Yeah.
So
well, they're going to be not super cold, but it does put you about 2 metres behind the actual start line. So if Tetris can get up there nice and close in FRL's... Oh, if I was FRL, I'd probably be pointing to the outside of Kaio right now, because if you're Kaio, you're going to want to try to cover Tetris, and FRL might be able to sneak around there, but as you said, 3 wide into turn 1 is probably not the best option here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
and it is only a sprint race, so you just kind of want to live through these 9 laps.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of points on offer for this sprint. You want to make it to the feature in a good position. But as we wait for the lights, as it gives me a good camera view, Kai, we're right on board. 5 lights.
Yeah, I'm going to sit with Tetris.
Can he get the good start? He does.
Doesn't. Oh, the Izzy Bros.
As we go 4 wide, I thought
Izzy Bros. Oh! He's at the start of gods.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and there's chaos in the back.
Oh, there's chaos.
Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin at the back.
There's about 4. I'm watching about 4 cars around at the moment.
Yeah.
Is it 4?
Oh, it was about 4. Yeah, it was about 5 cars. Some people might be
Genève, Shadow.
Yeah, some people might be facing the right way, but I reckon they'll have some front wing damage. He's dropped back into P8, and Verk's looking to have the move on the inside. Can he get done down at the Wellington straight?
Tough spot. Pushes
Kai
to the inside.
Yeah,
squeezes Kai.
Trying to hand it around the outside.
He might slip through there because now he gets the long run around, and he is going to get through there. I'm just trying to have a look. I'm going to go back through these cars at the back and see if I can spot any wing damage.
Exactly, but Kai, he's the one that's lost the most positions, down 8 at the moment. But yeah, absolute carnage in the back. Ratbag, one of the bigger movers at the back, up 5, I believe, into 13th. As Jay and Cud's fighting through Maggots and Beckett's. Can they get through cleanly? Jay takes that position.
Just having a look, only looks like Batman 1 has damage. He's missing the right end plate. The rest have their wings intact, but whether there's any minor damage, they're not quite sure. But yeah, Batman's definitely, I'm going to assume, is going to be in this lap.
Yeah, lovely, but we'll see how many cars actually manage to come in. But Izzy Bro, off that 4th start, I thought he might have been in looking good, and he was the one that absolutely aced start, and he's got a 1.2 second lead already as we've got a spin. I think we've got Ads, he spun around. So he's lost it at Vale. So definitely a tricky corner, but I'm wondering if
Batman and Genève in.
Yeah, so Jeneth, figured there have to be at least more than one that had contact because you just saw cars.
That was about 5 in it.
About a car park at the bottom of the screen. So, but Izzy Bro managed to get back like a true boss.
Very early.
You know, even if the sprint race is only 9 laps, picking up a 3-second penalty already, he's going to have to watch himself, especially if there is a late safety car, and as we can sort of see, you may get one. Very, very easy to lose at Cops if you got old tyres, but Izzy Bro managed to...
Izzy Bro, he's actually managed his ERS very well over that first lap as well.
Yeah, only used about 25%. Well, Tetris has had to use half his battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tetris is going to want to start consolidating a bit because he's now down to about 30, so he's used about 70% over those 2 laps, and FRL is on his tail now. He's just 7 tenths behind, 6 tenths behind, so he's going to pick up the DRS, while at the moment Tetris is not going to pick up the DRS, which will activate when Izzy crosses this line here.
Look at the position change. Yeah, one to mention, Arch up 5 positions as well. So he managed to get a ripper of a start as well and into the top 4.
Yeah, and then you got Ratbag up 6, Saki up 6 as well. Ratbag, who we saw start down in PE18 there, he really struggled just to set the lap time. But he's up 6 into P18 already. I mean P12, sorry, from P18.
Verk, after getting past Ko on the opening car in the opening lap, he's stuck in a bit of a train now. DRS is now activated, so I think who's in trouble? I think Chriso is looking for the move on Bridgie. Can't quite get close enough to get the job done. Problem is for him, Bridgie's now within half a second of Arch, so he'll have DRS as well. So Arch probably the main person in trouble in this mid battle pack.
Yeah. Great start from him. He was actually a late call, and he was called in at about 4 p.m, pretty much when we're meant to be starting. He was pulled into that lobby to fill that final spot for the Mercedes. So he's done very well at the moment to be up in P4.
Yeah, exactly. P9 in qualifying, so it was actually set a decent lap from what we saw of him. But
and here comes Bridgie. Bridgie is flying. Arch is burning, trying to keep him behind.
Yeah, but Bridgie's still trying to take the outside line. Can he hang around and keep it on track? He does, but he's still got to fight it through Vale. Right, can they leave room? Oh, bit of contact.
Yeah, he did exactly what I thought he would do, slam the door shut there. Don't see anything really wrong with that. It's kind of a win-lose situation. You just got to pray the driver doesn't shut you out there.
Exactly. Well, possibly an issue with the stewards, but Arch quickly on board because he's got the Afro-Mara of Ratbag trying to fight him with cold tyres. There's a bit of a mess coming into turn
Oh.
3.
There's cars everywhere
He
now.
gets the move done, but Arch trying to fight back. He'll be super annoyed about that spin.
Oh, and Saki just ran up the back of him.
Yeah, just caught the
He's
back of
just
that.
lost out, and I think Ads ran up the back of Saki as well.
Like a true boss now trying to make the move on Arch on the inside. I think he'll get that move done. He will, but Arch will he hang it around the inside? He does.
Oh,
A bit
little
more
bit of contact.
That pushes Arch like a true boss wide.
Yeah, boss, if he could have held that line, he would have had that exit, the outside run there. He would have breezed back past, but that just a little bit of contact just threw him out, just enough to ruin that momentum he was carrying. So Arch is now, he's trying to fight back for those positions.
Oh,
he lost.
Christos had a spin.
Oh,
super unlucky. He's got to be careful, otherwise he'll pick up a penalty.
Boss picks up another one. He's up to 6 now.
Yeah, that's not great for him already. Quickly jump up. Burke, he gets the move against the AlphaTauri. Kyo's actually managed to get past, so that we missed that.
Oh yeah, he's jumped up a few. He was down in P9.
Yeah, and we've got a Red Bull Locketree boss. He's around at Stowe.
Oh.
So he's had a half spin.
Oh, he's fighting Ads very hard.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll quickly look. JJ's wanting to get past the AlphaTauri of Dualcat up the inside of turn 3. Bit of a dive bomb, but the AlphaTauri sticks around the inside and holds the position. But JJ will get a nice exit onto the Hamilton straight.
Arch is trying to get past Ratbag. He's getting very aggressive, so he's fighting real hard to get these positions back. He's on the back of Ratbag now, down in P12, fighting for a P11. And he's sending it from all sorts of places on the track. I wonder if he'll have another look here. Does he have a look? No, he just sits in behind there. But he is fighting very hard there for that position. He was up in P4 just a lap ago. So he's probably got a little bit of a broken heart at the moment, but he's fighting there very hard. Verk, as you mentioned, he's on a little bit of the back foot, but he is pushing up now.
Yeah, JJ looking to get past Gilcat, but he's got absolutely no battery, but he will have DRS, and he's pushing him around Magnussen. Can he get a good exit out of Chapel? With DRS now open, he's using the battery that he pretty much doesn't have. Goes up the inside. I think this will be a fairly decent move if he can pull it up. He does.
Yeah, but Ducat will be seeing that light flash, and he will be looking for that position back any moment. He's setting the fastest lap there on lap 6. He's pulled a 2.5 second lead on Tetris.
Yeah,
they're all coming in.
But Verk, 30.5, so he sets the fastest lap. So we know the pace he's got fighting through that field. Kyo, after his really poor start, trying to fight back through, but he's currently in a McLaren sandwich at the moment.
Yeah.
And I've got a feeling that he's in a bit more trouble with Verk behind him than he is Bridgie in front of him. So he's got to watch out. Yeah, I think so.
I'm just looking at Verk. He's got a great run on him here. Does he have a look? No, he just sits in behind.
Yeah, got the nice helicopter shot, so we'll see the guys going through Brooklands, Luffield and Woodcote. These guys not separated by much, about a second between these 3 cars at the moment.
I think that's obviously helping Izzy right now. Is FRL is only just about a second behind, so he's keeping that pressure on Tetris. That lap time was down to about 3 temps just before, so FRL might have made a mistake somewhere in there, but that's definitely helping Izzy up the front at the moment. These two getting...
I said Kai was the one that needed to defend, but it's gone the other way very quickly. Kai will be looking for a move down the hangar straight, but again, no battery. Bridgie 25 helped him defend.
And... Oh, he's around!
And how he didn't get... Surely he's got rear wing damage from that. Surely.
That was a big hit, wasn't it?
So as he straightens up, I think he's had another spin, but the Aston Martin of Christo, who's had a spin like a true boss, he's gone off again at Stowe. So he's having a few issues this race.
Exactly where we just saw Kyo go off. So.
Oh, move from JJ. That move was never on. And Arch, I should say. Arch trying to get up.
Did he send one?
Yeah, turn 1, trying to get up the inside of Ratbag. I don't know. You'd have to maybe have stewards might have to get involved.
Just pulled out in front of Shadow there. Nearly cleaned him up.
Yeah, so yeah, I reckon Stewards might have a bit of a look whether Arch was actually further enough up the inside of Ratbag, but as I said, that's his second spin of the afternoon so far. Again with another car. Whether it was his fault or just racing incident, obviously that may be decided later under Stewards' review, but he's wanting to get right back past Shadow that just passed him.
Yeah, well, the thing playing into Archer's favour, if the move wasn't on, is Ratbag didn't go around. Ratbag continued on, so that will play into his favour just a little bit that he didn't take Ratbag out. But I know the Stewards have been a little bit more cutthroat this season on incidents like that one.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see if he's got the pace to get back. Easy, bro. He's definitely got the pace.
Well, he's 3 seconds now, so...
Oh, Blue Dog picks up his first 3-second penalty. We've only seen 2 drivers get penalties, and we've only got just under 2 laps to go.
Oh, picks up another one, boss. So he's up 9. So he's actually going to drop down to P19 at this rate.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, that got a bit close for Arch. Remember, top 15 scoring points in the main.
Arch!
He's fighting
he's
tooth and nail.
Again.
Looks further up this time than he was the previous lap.
He's definitely a long way. I think he's ahead there.
Oh, Shadow tried it.
Very wide. Oh!
He's got to be careful. Shadow having to be careful about that. And
he doesn't want to lose another one now.
Yeah,
so Woofer.
Trying to take advantage. Can he get the drive out, Woofer? Got a bit of ERS to burn, but they both do. Both actually have DRS, so I think this is going to be a stalemate. Coming down into Luffield.
Looking at the intervals, JJ and Ducat, they're getting very close now. We saw JJ pass him a little bit earlier on, but Ducat's now back on the hunt, and he's very close on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's there. Going to get the DRS to help him get very close. He's seeing a red light flash of JJ. He's going to burn and try to get up the inside here.
Yeah, on board, up the inside.
Up the inside he goes.
JJ,
JJ gets the wide line. But this is where it plays into Ducat's favour. He gets the wide line and then holds that inside and gets the move done. Very nice racing from those two there.
Yeah, exactly. Holding it side by side through Stowe. Very nice racing. Gave each other enough, I'd say just enough room, but enough respect there to make it both through. And then as
now they're both flashing with the final lap just started there. Yeah, and they're probably the closest battle we've got going on. Just having a little bit of look. Yeah, they're the closest 3 tenths. So hanging on. Izzy's really pulled away. He's at 4 seconds now, and he's finally depleted that battery. It's lasted him this entire race.
Yeah.
2 McLarens.
Yeah, sorry, Ratbag close to Blue Dog, but knowing that Blue Dog's got the 3-second penalty, he probably won't fight this too much. But I'll quickly go back to JJ as it goes up the inside. So these two giving us the show for the last 2 laps.
He's going to get the wide line. Unless Ducat tries to cover it off. Ducat very nicely covered that wide line off. Very smart, but it's always scary when you see 2 cars battling through here.
Exactly, but JJ, if things stay as they are, he will get DRS for the final time.
He is, but we know the DRS is not as powerful as it used to be when you don't have that battery. You really want a bit of battery to burn. And if Ducat can get a good exit here, which it looks like he's got a very good exit there. He moves quickly to the inside, trying to break that slip. And I think he's going to hang on here unless JJ's got something to say.
Nah, I think we'll hang on, but we'll quickly jump up to the man that was pretty much untouchable in this one. Izzy Bro will win the sprint by about 4.5 seconds. Tetris pretty much sort of P2. On his own. P2. Nato Vian managed to hold it. Yeah, managed to hold his spot as a reserve. Really nice drive from him, P3. Verk and Bridgie. Nice positions from the McLaren guys. So P4, P5. Gilcat actually manages to hold on from JJ, P6 and 7. Cards will get P8. Christo, P9. And then Kyo, P10. Starting from the pole. Couple of spins. The poor start. Yeah, I reckon he'll be fairly disappointed. But again, P10 from in the feature. We might see some good pace from him. So not all lost today.
Just going to note something very smart between the McLarens. Bridgie and Verk switched. So obviously Verk, the full-time driver, moved up that spot. So they've obviously switched those positions around just a little bit there to benefit Verk in the championship there.
Yeah, exactly. Good work from him. And as we know, he was currently third in the standings, but with both Bompton and Gordo not here, it's a good chance. It's a good chance for Verk to get some really good points and get that championship lead and actually extend it by a fair way. So, good team play by McLaren there. But Izzy Bro, pretty much untouchable in that race, so he's going to be a very dangerous person to watch. But JJ does get the driver of the day from the game.
Yeah, well, just with that 6 points for P3 there. P3? P4. So 5 there. He's actually 2 points behind now, so he's 1 point ahead of Gordo. So he's currently sitting P2 in that championship, and he's 2 points behind Bompton now. So very close. Very close.
Exactly right. But as we'll run down the rest of the results, as we said, Gilcat P6 managed to hold off JJ in a lovely battle those last couple of laps. Cuds P8, Christo P9, Kyo P10, Ratbag 11th, Darius F1, P12, Blue Dog 13th, Ads 14th. Arch 15th after his couple of spins and contact. Shadow 16th, Wolfer 17th, Batman 18th, Like a True Boss 19th. And Genesis P20. We did actually have all cars finish that sprint, which was good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to note quickly, sucked in Ads, mate. You got B-Pots reserve. I'm going to rip into him.
As I said, we'll switch our attention to the feature race now. I think Izzy Bro is going to be hard to beat, especially with if he can get that awesome start that he had off in the sprint.
Oh yeah,
I think his first lap was pretty amazing, considering that he got nearly a second and a half lead over second place. So if he can do that again, it'd be pretty hard to beat. But it depends on what strategy these guys do.
Absolutely. Another thing a lot of drivers forget here is the undercut is a lot more powerful than the overcut here. So pitting that a little bit earlier, I normally pit the lap before the predicted strategy. It does benefit you quite a lot, provided there are no safety cars.
Yeah, I reckon the only time we're really going to see safety cars is probably the first lap, if there's any shenanigans. And then it's a bit hard with the walls a bit further away here. But as I said, you're sort of finding the last corner around turn 1 if you massively lose it, and then cops if you manage to spin it enough into the wall. They're probably your 3 areas.
Also, Stowe, where we saw Kyo and Boss go around a few times. It is very easy. We saw how quickly Kyo shot off into that wall. He's got very lucky he went in dead sideways. If you go in nose first, you're looking at a DNF.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, I was very surprised at Kyo. If he did receive damage, that it wasn't major and that he could have easily lost his rear wheel. So... but quick look at these tyre strats. First 8 have gone mediums. Christo, first one on the alternate on the hard, same as the Haas driver.
Oh, I'm just looking at Arch.
Yeah, he's gone aggressive on the soft tyre, so adds hards as well. So we've only got 4 drivers that aren't on the medium tyres. So Arch looking to go aggressive on the start, and then the 3 hard runners just trying to go long.
Yeah, so Arch is obviously, he's looking at a bit of a Izzy Bro start. He's going to push to the absolute max for the first. I think those softs only go about 5 or 6 laps, and then they're kind of dead on you.
Yeah,
so these first 5 laps, they're going to be very important for Arch. If he doesn't gain too many positions, it's going to be a dead strategy, unfortunately.
Exactly. But in saying that, the hards can go a fair way into this race if you need to stretch him. So he's obviously looking at the soft hard strat.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Trying to make up a lot of position to know. So say first 4 or 5 laps, and then as soon as those softs hit the cliff, he'll come in, get a set of hards, and then hopefully with a bit of cleared traffic, he'll try and pull away. But we did see he was sort of stuck in battles, so we didn't exactly see his true pace. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking. We saw the mediums. They started to come good after 6 or 7 laps there. So those hards, he's going to be running a lot longer on the hards than anyone else by the looks of things. About 20 laps extra, you're going to guess. So you're going to say what? Probably 8 or 9 laps more than any of these medium runners on those hards. So come that middle stint when everyone else is pitting, he's going to be looking very good with those tyres up to temp.
Exactly, but we did have a lot cleaner formation lap. Oh, except for ads,
Ooh,
which he
there
did
we go.
disqualified
Oh,
on
Ratbag.
Ratbag. But Ratbag
Oh, Woofer.
yeah, so 3 disqualifications. But as
I'm
I
going to
said,
go with Tetris again.
yeah, we'll see as the lights come back
Got
on.
a funny angle here. Oh, if I sit on Fezzi,
3,
I get a
4,
good one.
5. Can Easy Bro get the good start that he did last time? Lights out, and it's
Oh,
a
Tetris
fairly
looked
easy.
like he got a good one.
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
Ferrari
and we
that
got
had the bottle.
Bridgie. Oh, Bridgie. This could be dangerous. McLaren side by side.
Oh, there's
and
Mercedes around.
There was
Can
about
the cars...
there was about 4 or 5 of them side by side in the turn 1, and Arch on the softs is up in the P4.
And how has he done that? He's moved up. Well, Christo gets a 10-second time penalty.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I was just watching. Wasn't Verk's fault at all. I think it was.
It was just sort of getting out of the. I think it's sort of getting out of the way with that carnage. But Bridgie up into P3. Oh, it looked like a little bit of a spin, but he's right. But Arch on those soft tyres, he's moved up 11 spots.
Yeah, he had a ripper. He went right around the outside. I just watched him breeze around. But Verk, he was trapped on the inside. Didn't quite help that his teammate Bridgie had kind of jammed. I think it was. We'll go through. I think it was Christo. I think he jammed Christo in right next to him, and Christo didn't really have an option but to just stay where he was and try to turn and hope for the best. And when he turned, he just cleaned up Verk. I don't think it was really intentional, but there was just really nothing he could do, unfortunately, with the car on the outside.
Yeah, JJ looking at Jenneth, trying to go nearly side by side in Maggots and Beckett's. This is the closest battle on track. Oh, trying to get the move up the inside of Jenneth. Like a true boss, gets past the Haas driver. Does JJ get the move done? Jenneth leaves him enough room. Jenneth holds on. But Nato Bian had the slow... Yeah, Nato Bian had the slow start. Oh, yellow flag.
Yeah, Boss had a very good start. He went up from P19 to P9, but he's just had a little bit of an incident with Saki there. Not quite sure what happened. That's what that yellow flag was, but they were both off track.
Lost 3 spots, but Nato Bian would be annoyed with that slow start and get involved in that first lap incident, but he hasn't got damage from the look of it, so he'll be able to fight his way back through. Long race being 26 laps.
Yeah, well, here it was him, Christo, Verk, and Bridgie all side by side. So 4 cars turn 1 side by side. Doesn't really work, unfortunately.
Exactly, but Verk getting the move up the inside of Christo. Oh, and who's that?
Janif.
Oh, and we're nearly 3 wide through bloody Luffield.
Oh.
So Jen is sort of holding up the pack nicely. Yeah. Oh, I say
nicely.
JJ,
JJ just kind of sent it, but didn't send it. He kind of made it look like he was sending it and then jumped on the brakes hard, and it made Janif second guess what was going on. He ran very wide, and now he's going to lose out 2 positions because FRL, he's on the hunt.
Yeah, exactly. And Batman had a bit of a moment. He's lost 3 positions coming out of Cops.
Oh.
So battles are plenty as we got Vert and Gilcat as well fighting side by side down the Hangar Straight. And I think the Afteri has got that move done. He does. Izzy Bro doing the exact same thing that he did in the sprint. All yellow flag.
Drive around. FRL.
Oh, so his feature has gone from bad to worse. He's had a spin, so he'll be back of the pack. A couple of guys already picking up early penalties. On the front wing of Christo, and he's at the back of this battle pack. So Darius now operational with lap 3.
Changes. So Ratbag down 8. He's had an incident.
Blue Dog and Kaio. Blue Dog got past Kaio, so Kai's still moved up 3 spots on that start. So he's made progress, but obviously nowhere near as much as some of these other guys. Blue Dog up 7, so we saw him finish P4 last week in France. So in the feature, he's shining. So fingers crossed.
I'm just monitoring this gap with Arch, and Cuds has just pulled in 4.5 temps this lap alone. We're only halfway through, so if I'm Arch, I'm probably thinking pit this lap at the moment.
Yeah, as you can sort of see on the track map at the bottom right of your screen, there's a bit of a spread out train with ads.
Yeah.
And
it's a big gap to fall into. He's going to fall into a lot of traffic. He might, if he's lucky, he can fall in right at the back behind Ratbag, and he'd be laughing because that's about 15 seconds behind. So I suspect he would fall behind that.
I'm thinking if he can hold DRS, he might be able to sort of just extend these softs a little bit longer so he can avoid a little bit of that traffic. But as we got
Yeah.
Gilcat
It's just a
and
worry when you
Jennett.
start seeing the medium of cards, the tier 4 driver pulling time on you. But yeah, if
Yep,
you can just...
exactly.
If you can pull, we can see it's a lot of traffic behind there. Ad's just holding them up just a little bit. They're kind of in a bit of a battle. Oh, we've got Shadow around on the straight. Oh, he's drove out. Oh, don't pull out.
Yeah, he managed to
went
stop.
and then he
Yeah,
he
thought
did
better
go,
of it.
but he stopped.
So I don't think he touched the inside wall, so he can keep going. But that sort of held up this train a little bit.
Oh.
JJ up the inside of Saki. Trying to... nearly hit the back of him. So he's got the two Haas's in front of him. Can he get a nice run through there? The Haas will have DRS. JJ burning all of his DRS to try and get the move done. Will he send a dive bomb down? Not quite. What do you think about the outside? Not the move on. Yeah, sort of dropped
7
it.
attempts to Bridgie here. He needs to pit.
Oh, and JJ, he actually got the move done, so he got the better exit through Woodcote. So he gets past one Haas driver. He's now got the other one to deal with. But I'll quickly jump back up to Cuds because he looks like the man to make the move next. Goes up the in. He thought about the move up the inside at Stowe.
Yeah.
Thought better of it.
Yeah, well, he was 7 attempts behind Arch at the beginning. Arch needs to pit. He's got to pit. He's going to pit.
He's staying out. What about these guys before Batman holding on JJ?
Well, Ratbag is only 13 seconds behind, so Ratbag has pulled 2 seconds on him in 2 laps. So he's gaining a second a lap. Arch needs to pit.
Yeah, Nato making a move out of the final spot over Shadow. So these two are a little bit off the field with their bit of spins, but JJ and Batman, the JJ managed to get the job done. So JJ really, both Mercedes liking the turn 1 option of overtaking, because we saw Arch do it twice, one not necessarily working out, but then JJ...
Oh, Tetris! Ooh.
Oh, that's...
Picks up a penalty.
Yeah, bit of an odd one there. We've got a spinner. Oh, Gilcat, he's had a spin coming
Gilcat?
on. Yeah, coming onto the Wellington Straight. He's had a bit of a spin. Maybe.
Oh, we've got Shadow around right behind him.
Must have been very lucky not to make contact with him as they were both as he was recovering. So Shadow losing more time with his second spin. Quickly jumping up to the front, Izzy Bro. Already a 2.5 second lead, but Cards now looking to get by Arch, and yeah, this move was a lot easier this time around.
I can tell you right now, actually, Izzy has been drinking all afternoon, so maybe that's a secret recipe to make him race good. He's on the Great Northern, so obviously it works wonders for him. Yes. So I think me and Tyler, we're going to have to invest in some more Great Northerns for him in future events.
Yeah, Izzy had let's say a good week. He was on comms for another race earlier on, and I'm pretty sure he was enjoying the drink a little bit that race and sounded like a hoot of a string. So maybe that is his secret. Jenneth, he's into the pits. Ooh, only lap 4 on medium, so I'm wondering if he's got a little bit of damage.
Why Arch hasn't pitted? Because he's let the first medium runner of Arch cut through, and now Blue Dog's all over the back.
Yeah,
when you get overtaken, that's a sign. Get into the pit.
Yeah, he'll have DRS, but how long can he hold on for? Surely those softs will have to be nearly dead.
Let me pull up this gap again. Ratbag, he's only about 20 behind now, so he's gained 5 seconds on him. He needs to pit. He's falling further and further behind his pack. I know he doesn't want to put the hards on too early. That's probably causing him to stay out, but I think this lap he's got to do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Arch does in terms of holding on to DRS. If he can hold on to Cuds, he will get the 2 DRS sections that will help him. But it's a matter of if he can do it, but he's definitely struggling through Maggots. Yeah, Maggots and Beggots, and then, yeah, the exit out
Blue
of
Dog's going to get him here.
Chapel.
Blue Dog's going to go past here. Or he's going to have a look anyway.
Yeah.
Blue Dog doesn't really need to fight this too much because he is seeing those soft. But now Arch, he's stuck on the outside, so he's not going to be able to pit if he wants to pit. Because Blue Dog kept that line, and that's kept him out of the pit. Even if he wanted to have pitted, then he couldn't have pitted. And he's struggling. He's really struggling. Yeah. And yeah, he's now 1.4 behind Cuds in that little score. So now he's going to be about 19 seconds ahead of Ratbag, which is not what he wants.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling through the lower to medium speed corners just can't get the drive off what the mediums still do, because mediums should still be fairly nice.
Yeah, well, they're probably just coming in.
Oh, there'd probably be about 25%, I reckon, on those medium tyres, because a lot of these medium runners are going to about a lap 11, lap 12, so they're about halfway through. Blue Dog thinking about it.
They're going for the
Ads.
grain. He said, we've got a yellow sector behind.
Yeah, it was Ads. He's lost it on the entry of Wellington Straight. Yeah, it was the same as Gilcap before. Just the spinning on the exit. Problem is, he was looking.
Yeah, well, that's exactly. Yeah, as you mentioned, Cat and Shadow, and now Ads. Oh!
Tyres just a little bit warm. Oh, Blue Dog, I think he's had a moment. No, not quite. It's Shadow at the back.
Well, Kaya slipped through Blue Dog.
Yeah, I thought Blue Dog had a mistake with those yellows, but yeah, Kaya made
yellow
the move.
Back around again. Is that Tetris around?
Oh,
Tetris
it is
around.
Oh, he's lost it on the exit of Chapel. Or
And
coming
now
through Chapel, I should say.
He's in a tough spot because a lot of these cars like to use that exit. He's gone off. Oh, is it? Oh!
Yeah, a lot of action with this battle for now P4. So Archer's in, but he got overtaken.
Arch has to go, yeah.
But Kyo, he's made the double move on that lap. So Kyo into P4, Blue Dog P5, and then Arch, we'll see where he comes out, but he's got about a 35-second wait with this slow pit stop at 60 kilometres an hour.
Oh, I've just been informed. Staines, who is the full-time driver for Williams, Alpine, who Cuds is in at the moment, may be able to seat. He's missed the first 2 races. So it Adds, the team owner, who's currently down in AF, said he was going to be very cutthroat. And if he's got his reserve driver from T4 currently sitting P3, that's a little bit of a worry if you're Staines, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You'd sort of want Cuds in your Tier 3 team, but he's doing not too bad in Tier 4 as JJ and Woofer battled down Hamilton, so JJ gets the move done, so he ends up in a P7 now.
Well, if he can have it how he wants it, you'd have Cuds stay P4, pick up the podiums, and then come T3, pick up the podiums.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Cuds is willing to race 2 times a week for Inters. It's working out pretty nicely for him at the moment.
It's working out very nicely.
But as we're sort of seeing, a lot more penalties in this race so far than what we saw in the sprint.
Quite a few, and I'm just wondering if that's because people get a little bit lenient, don't really take as much care because they know it's a longer race and they're expecting everyone else to pick up one, or what that is. But obviously, yeah, as you mentioned, I think. And Batman 1 has Ratbag all over the back of him on the exits.
Seeing Chris Owen Burke as well, so multiple battles happening down.
Oh, he's got the double overtake. And FRL, he went down to last. He was a long way off the pace. He's all the way back up to P14 now.
Yeah, we saw him have
was that
speed.
Batman in?
Burke's in. So
and
he's
Batman.
Yeah, so I'm wondering.
Behind him.
I don't think either of them have damage, so they're going onto the hard tyres, so they want the undercut.
So, yeah, as I mentioned, it is very powerful here. So those guys are going to be looking a lot better, but I think the pit stop probably wouldn't be for another 3 laps. The predicted pit stop, I'm guessing.
Yeah, lap 10, 11 would be when
so it is about that early.
Yeah, you can extend it, but yeah, I'm just thinking new hards will probably be a little bit better than the old mediums if you can get through the warm-up stage on the hard tyres all right.
And we have seen a lot of mistakes on these mediums, and they are only 9-lap olds now.
Yeah, exactly. But NATO's looking for a move on Ratbag. Oh, and JJ and Like a True Boss fighting. They're side by side through cops. Like a True Boss went a little bit wide, so I think that
just
was
bringing up penalties. A lot of 3s and a lot of 6s in there, and then Christo with the 10, which won't be served. But that was in the beginning of this race, so he might be looking to appeal that anyway.
He might he might be able to take 5 seconds. Unfortunately, I think they may I think they might get him to serve it. Like a True Boss is now into the pits. So
he picks up 5 for speeding.
Oh, he does too. So that's it. He's up to 11 seconds already. So he's been sort of the big getter of pens in this race so far. Tetris moves up. So we've got a few guys in. So Kyo and Kyo followed him in. So he was in P4 at the moment at that point in time.
Perks of Izzy at the moment is he's 6.5 seconds ahead, so he can just keep going to these guys behind Pitt, and then he doesn't have to worry about an undercut. You're not finding 6.5 seconds over a lap.
Exactly. Switching to the leader, if I say in about 35 seconds, he'll come out, or about 30 seconds I should say, he's going to come out around about 10th or 11th, and a lot of these medium guys are going to come in, so he's only going to have a couple of hard runners maybe in front of him, but I reckon he'll be able to get past them fairly quickly as Ads and Kyo, they're fighting.
Oh, got a yellow behind. That's Boss around again.
Yeah, the new hards just, no temp in them. Kyo getting stuck behind Ads, which he did not want, just the cold tyres on pit exit. Allowed Ads through, but don't be surprised if Kyo gets this move done fairly quickly once his tyres warm up.
Ads just ran a little bit wide there, and I know on the exit for Cops it is very rough on that warning, so I wonder if he picked the warning up there because he just crossed the line. Oh, and Arch is all over the back of Kyo, Kyo defended really aggressive there. He's got no ERS to defend that, attack that one, but Kyo's got a little bit to defend, so that kind of helped him out. But I think if he didn't have that battery there, I think Arch was going to go straight through there, but Arch, he's looking very aggressive, so his hards are up to temp because he's been on them for what?
Exactly.
He's only been on for 2 laps.
I'll just quickly butt in, watch Blue Dog, because Blue Dog was right behind Kyo, so did Kyo get held up enough that Blue Dog will jump him? Oh, Blue Dog's coming out of the pits now. He does jump him. He does jump him, but remember, he's going to have the same issue that Kyo had.
Arch has run so deep. I've just watched Arch almost take out the back of Kyo.
Saw that in the background.
Disqualified Shadow.
Oh,
where's Shadow
did he
parked?
lose that? Oh,
dangerous location.
Maggots.
Oh,
I think.
yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm
Blue
seeing
Dog.
yellows. Oh, Boss is around again. He's going into pit. He's got no wing. Boss is.
Yeah, we just saw Blue Dog lose 2 positions, just the poor exit onto the Wellington Straight. So Kyo has got packed past him. So the warm up on the hards, he couldn't hang on. So you can sort of see that the overcut works, but it's the warm up on the hard tyres that you sort of lose all that time that you gain in that extra lap. So
yeah, absolutely. And we saw Ad's obviously done a great job of holding Kyo up, but it just wasn't enough because they've both slipped through. And it looks like we've got Bridgie in. Cuds has continued around with Izzy. So
there's contact. Ads, I'm pretty sure Kyo's just touched the back of Ads through Beckett, so Ads won't be entirely happy with that.
But he picked up the 3 second for it, so he'll probably get that removed. But
yes, so that helps Blue Dog and Arch make the move past Kyo, and Arch looking right on the back of Blue Dog. Will he think? Oh, and he's had contact with the back of Blue Dog. They've managed to keep it together. Arch really pushing Blue Dog through these last couple of corners.
Saki's he's lagged out, I believe. He's currently sitting P4.
Oh,
Boss is retired.
He's retired. Turn 1. That's turn 1 that we've said. Is this a safety car? It's still green at the moment.
I'm trying to just get through to a car. I'm on board with Ads. Ads is coming around there now. He's in the wall. He's lost his tyre.
Yeah, so that's a legit retirement. But that's no safety car. So safety car hasn't come out. It would have worked really nicely for our top 5 drivers. But
absolutely.
Back to the action.
I'm just getting word. Shadow tried a silly move on Verk into Maggots and Beckett's. Tried to send it up the inside there. And that's what put him around.
And I reckon just him trying to recover.
Probably facing backwards a little bit longer than wanted.
Yeah, exactly. So, or might have been. I didn't say drive the wrong way. I said parking in the dangerous spot.
Oh, yeah. So maybe just trying to let cars through.
Possibly, and just sat there a little bit too long. So unfortunate with Shadow. Scored points last week. Unfortunately, not going to score points in this feature. But Arch behind Blue Dog again.
Bridgie's only dropped down into P6. He was currently sitting P2, 6 seconds behind. So if Izzy pits, he's going to be looking for about where Saki is at the moment.
Kyo down the inside of Arch. So contact.
Oh!
So Arch spins as Kyo. Kyo does keep it straight, but Arch once again facing the wrong way, and he falls behind Ads. So it'd be interesting to see if that was maybe a little bit of lag, but it was definitely side contact that spun Arch off. So, but we'll see Kyo back into P8, so he's looking behind Blue Dog again. But yeah, your point with Bridgie, P6, first man to stop. Probably had a bit too much of a gap to Izzy Bro, but could he possibly get a P2? But we'll wait and see when the top 5 do pit.
Yeah, I think these top 3 at the moment, particularly the medium runners, they're probably hoping on a safety car. That will let them all hold position.
Yeah, exactly, JJ. So they're either going along for a safety car or...
Oh, Izzy's in, actually.
Yeah, so he'll go the hard tyres.
I imagine Cuds will follow him in now. Seeing the leader pit, you damn say he'd follow. He does.
What about JJ?
Once you pull it up. JJ, yeah, what does he do? He's a little bit... Oh, Cuds 5. He was going very slow. He was very slow there.
Oh,
he pulled that up.
Oh, it's 60k, so if he was 61...
JJ's coming in.
He manages to pull it up. We'll wait and see if that was a legit 5 seconds. He may be able to get it removed.
Yeah, I was on board with him. It did look like he was above 60. I saw 53 pop up, and that's when I jumped off board. So unless he tried to pick the accelerator back up again, just jumped over it. But
so Chriso will take the lead, I think. It's going to be close with Izzy Bro. No. Obviously,
he does have that 10-second too.
Yeah, and Chriso still has to pit as well. So was it going to be the effective lead? But
Chriso probably doesn't want a safety car, actually, looking at that 10.
If he can serve the pen in the pits, he won't mind it at all, because you'll be able to still serve it. That's probably
I believe 10 doesn't get served. I believe it stays there. I don't even think it lets you take 5 off. And he'd probably rather keep the 10 anyway, because if turn 1 wasn't his fault, he'll be looking to get that removed anyway. So he'd probably rather not serve any of it.
Yeah. Exactly. JJ comes out behind Ads in P9. Ads still hasn't stopped. He's one of 3 drivers in the top 10 yet to stop, and the final 3 to stop. Blue Dog come right behind Cuds.
Yeah, and Cuds, he's on the cold tyres, so he's got the warm runners right behind him.
So Blue Dog trying to take advantage of the cold tyres, but Kai, we've seen the pace he's had today, and he's gonna want to look for a move. So will Kai?
Kai's around. Every time we mention him, he goes around.
Yeah, I'm giving him way too many commentators curse.
We brought him up in Stowe, and he went around. We flag him up again, he goes around.
Oh, so just not Kai's day. He recovers into P7, but once again, he's going to have to make the ground back up to Blue Dog.
Okay, so there you go. JJ's penalty was for corner cutting and gaining an advantage in turn 1 to avoid those cars spun around.
Yep,
so he will be looking to get that removed.
Yeah, so he won't be able to get the corner cut removed. So, or at least that'll be good for him. So he's currently P2. He'll probably drop back into the 10.
He will drop, but he will be on the mediums or softs at this rate, depending how long he wants to extend those hards.
He has to extend another 5 laps at least for the soft tyres, because as we saw, we did see with Arch at the start 5-6 laps, but again he was on heavy fuel. But even then, light fuel, you'd only be able to extend a couple of laps, I reckon. Yeah,
I'd probably only say 1 extra lap. It is very rough on the tyres around.
JJ up the inside of Ads, 13 lap newer tyres than Ads, so he'll have much more grip. Keeping very close behind him through Woodcote. Will he burn to try and get... Oh, he does a switch back on the inside.
Is he going to stick the nose there? No, he backs out of it.
Oh, he definitely thought about it, but surely the move's going to be done down the hanger straight. Surely. He's got to be a little bit careful not to maybe have a bit of a nudge through here. Just get a good exit out of Chapel. Which I think
Shadow just saying he got beached on the exit of Maggots and Beckett there. That's why he was disqualified. So a little bit of information on the Alfa Romeo driver there.
Yeah, good to know. On board with JJ, looking up the inside of Ads. Ads tries to hold it around the outside. And JJ does get it done. Ads comes in, so he wants off those hards. He'll jump onto the medium tyres for the last 10 laps. So looking at the battle pack, as we got a yellow flag, that's the Aston around. I think that's Woofer. Yeah, he's had a spin around Stowe, but it was quite an early spin around Stowe. So I'm wondering if there was a bit of contact with another car.
Yeah,
a bit too early to have a bit of a spin there, but he kept going. Top 15 score points. He's 16th, so anything can happen with anybody in the top 15. He can still score a point for Aston. As we've got
Tetris, number
Blue
one.
Dog going around the outside of the Haas driver. Can he get it stick? He will. They're still going to fight side by side. No, Blue Dog gets the position. So Sake just on those old hards, not the grip that he wants, and Blue Dog top 5. So Blue Dog, he's going to make some ground in this championship with the top 2 not here today. So Blue Dog could be top 2, top 3 in this championship by the end of this race. Blue Dog still behind Cuds, but we've still got 10 laps to go, so still a long way to go. Ads has come out 17th on those new set of mediums, so we'll see him start setting purple sectors. Pens on your screen for everybody that wanting to know. Christo has that 10 second for the avoiding the first lap incident, so he should be able to get that removed. Cuds 5 seconds in the pit lane. Gilcat gets past Batman into 13th position coming down the hanger. So Gilcat, as we saw, had a spin earlier on, so he's working his way back. Same as Verk, he got tangled up in that first lap incident. But yeah, Cuds P4, but he's got a 5 second penalty for speeding in pit lane, and then the other guys further down, just the corner cutting. Seen a lot more in this feature than the sprint, and as you can sort of see with the track map, field's sort of spread out a little bit. We'll give it to some attention to Izzy Bro. He's been absolutely dominant in both the sprint and the feature. I pretty much don't think he will be beaten today, so it'll be a double win for the Red Bull. So yeah, Red Bull looking very happy with that, and unfortunately Like a True Boss has DNF'd. A couple of pens still coming. Wolfer, he gets his first 3 second. So as we go back down to Kyo, he's now looking on the Haas of Sake as he does a massive dive bomb at the end of Hanger. Luckily Sake saw it coming, got out of it, but Kyo definitely not wanting to hang around.
I'm just having a look at the championship at the moment. Verk, who was on par to really get a big boost in this championship, if he finishes where he is, he's only going to be 2 points ahead of Bompton after this race, which is probably not what he's expecting, especially after the feature race result. Sprint race result there.
Yeah, it just hasn't sort of gone his way. So that spin earlier on, and then just hasn't managed to sort of fight his way through this field. I think he got caught up a couple of times, so...
Video sector.
All arches around again. Yeah, it is. Oh, contact with the Ferrari.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I think the Ferrari probably could have done better to avoid that.
Yeah, we'll have to see a bit of an on-board whether or not that was a bit of an unsafe rejoin, but with the spin on the track, as I said, that might be a stewards, but hopefully NATO doesn't have any wing damage because of that. But Arch, yeah, just struggling at the moment with keeping on track. Ads makes the move past Woofer, so he's using those medium tyres to effect. He's only a second and a half behind Ratbag, but then there's a 12.5 second gap to the next car. So Ads, he may only be pretty much only getting a point from this race, but maybe fastest lap as well. But Izzy Bro sets, as we talk about fastest lap, he sets fastest, 30.4. JJ gets past Saki, he still hasn't been to the pits, so surely he'll have to come in.
Christo's looking at softs, I'm guessing now.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I've just lagged out. I'll try to get back in.
Yeah, I'll try and get, yeah.
But yeah, obviously, Christo, I think there was only 6 laps to go when I just last saw it, so he'll be looking for those softs there.
Yeah, start at lap 19. So, gap sort of now spread out a little bit. Closest battle on track is Ads on Ratbag. So, we'll see that move done fairly shortly. Or nearly got himself a warning out of Stowe. Ratbag trying to hold on to that last point. Both of them have penalties.
Yeah, but I think Ads only had 3.
He only had 3. Ratbag has 6, but I reckon the tyre advantage will make that move first, as he thinks about sending it down at turn 3. Thinks better of it. He should easily get the move done down the Wellington Straight. Well, didn't get the best exit out of there as he activates DRS. He's got a fair bit of VRS, but they both do. So, yeah, a bit of a poor exit from Ad, so he'll do that. NATO, he picks up a 3-second penalty to take him to 6.
I'm back, baby.
Lovely. Oh, who's that? That's Chriso. He's into the pit, so he's going to go softs. So we'll see how far this drops him down and see how quickly he can get past.
It'll be interesting to see if that does take 5 off, or if it keeps the 10. I believe he shouldn't serve anything. Oh, I've just seen Art go. He's mowing the grass back there.
Yeah, so that's his third spin of the night. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Christo didn't serve anything there. He just went in and out.
Good. So that's good for him. So it's just going so slow down the pit lane. He'll end up near NATO. He'll be near NATO, I reckon. But those soft tyres will be a lot easier to warm up than what the hards will be.
Oh yeah, he'll be warmed up at the end of that. Coming out, exited his corner probably.
So we've seen all drivers now take their mandatory pit stop. So if there is no safety car to end this, we'll see no more.
Well, Sarky just did his stop, but he went on to the mediums. So that's interesting why he went that long to only go on the mediums.
Yeah, I would have gone on to the softs, but as you get past Ads on the nice and warm medium tyres, so he jumps himself up into 14th. So
that was very interesting. Yeah, why he went the mediums there, but
jump back onto Christo. He's got NATO behind him, but I reckon those softs should be alright. He's got about 65% battery, but we'll see if he can get onto the back of Burke. But what penalties has he got? He is clear. He hasn't got any 3-second warnings, so if he can get that 10-second removed, he may be able to possibly jump up into the top 6 if he can get close enough.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Reserve. He's on for a podium.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that 5-second was legit, because as you said, it did look like he slowed down enough.
He definitely went to 53, and then, as I said, I did jump off board at that point, and so unless, I know sometimes when I drip a little bit low, I think I hit triangle to engage the pit limiter, but just go zoom, straight through.
Yeah. Yeah, but regardless of saying that, if he gets 3rd or 4th, it's still another impressive drive by Cuds.
Oh, yeah. I think he's actually finished 4th 2 races in a row in Tier 4, believe it or not. So he's so close to a podium, he just can't get it.
Yeah, but as I said, this is if something does happen with the Alpine Tier 3 and he does want a bit of a challenge, he's shown impressive form up here in Tier 3, and again, if it's another 4th, like 3/4 in the first 2 rounds in Tier 3 and Tier 4.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Impressive pickup by the Alpine team.
Well, he's actually pulling on Blue Dog at the moment. It was at 1.7, it's now at 2.3, so he's pulling at about 5 temps at the moment. He is on 3-lap newer tyres, so he can possibly get to that 5-second gap.
And let's not forget, Blue Dog picks up a 3-second penalty as well, as Christo gets passed around the outside of Verk. He does. Verk tries to fight him back. Oh, not quite.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, doesn't have the grip.
Fighting the soft runner. I'll just let him go.
As I said, knowing that he's got penalties, Verk would be smart enough just to hang behind him. He won't know if he gets that 10-second removed or not. So
yeah, absolutely. Well,
as he does set the fastest lap, so he will get the point for fastest lap.
So I'm just looking, if you remove 10 seconds, you're not going to believe where he actually moves up to.
Yeah, well, remember, he hasn't served his 10 seconds yet, so where he'll stay in 8th. If he can't jump the guys in pens, it's just a matter of how far he'll drop down once he crosses the line. But we'll just remember. But if he does finish 8th and removes that 10, he's going to be moving up to about P5. He'll jump Kaio at this stage if he gets that removed. Oh, he won't, because he's he's still 10 seconds behind him roughly, and he hasn't served it, so that's why.
Yeah, you're right. He'd be praying he's getting that removed.
Yeah, I know he would be. If he's getting it removed, he'll stay roughly P7, P8, which is pretty good considering that he was obviously caught up in that mess. at turn 1, and we haven't seen a safety car at all in this race. So, but Verk, he hasn't dropped him, so I'm wondering if those soft tyres are already starting to not really be the quality that Christo wants them to be. He hasn't exactly closed up to Tetris yet. But I'll quickly jump back down to Gilcat because he's right on the back of Arch. So Arch, 3-lap old hard tyres, and we've seen him spin a couple of times on these tyres, so they won't be in the best condition. Burke still within 8 tenths. So bit of a quieter end to this race with 3 laps to go, but Izzy Bro up the front, an 11.5 second lead. He's been absolutely dominant. And Bridgie, again, the Tier 4 reserve, if he keeps it like this, he's going to get a podium in Tier 3, which will be absolutely magnificent.
Come on, Cuds. He's now on the cusp of 3 seconds. He's pulling about 6 to 7 tenths a lap. He just needs to find a little bit more in that car.
But
they're both empty on ERS, but they're both sitting on 6% actually.
Yeah, Blue Dog knows he just needs to keep it clean. Do you want to check how many warnings Blue Dog has?
Oh, I can have a look for you. I can definitely do that. 1 on the first lap, and that is it. And I'm going to imagine that was probably avoiding turn 1. I'm going to assume.
Possibly, because it was one of the ones that moved up as Gilcat gets past Arch, but Arch still there. Oh, Arch has had a spin.
Oh no. Another one.
Yeah, that was side by side.
Spot.
Yeah, side by side through Stowe. Maybe just a little bit excited on the accelerator, just trying to keep it side by side. But he was going to go. He was going to have to be on the outside of Val, but yeah. So unfortunately, he was in the wall. Shouldn't have any damage, but he's got to be careful. Otherwise, he won't. He's in the points at the moment, but the way he's going, he may not actually end up there.
Well, Ratbank's he's climbed up above DRS as well, so he's in the last points finish there down in P15.
Problem is he's got 9 seconds of penalties versus 6 and 8 behind him, so unfortunately he won't be able to keep that position.
I think he should pull it. I've just been told a little bit ago that Saki has lagged out, so they believe his car is still in AI. Whether he's back in such, so I think he just needs to pull 3 seconds, doesn't he?
He'll need yeah, well, if it's lagged out, he won't be classified, and he only needs to get a second on Woofer. So
yeah. 7 attempts in 1 lap, and he's just pulled about 3. So
yeah,
he could be in there. He could be in there.
Back to Blue Dog. He's only pulled another 3 tenths of a second on him, so Blue Dog's doing really nicely, and Blue Dog nearly matched his personal best lap time. So he's still got some good pace in these tyres.
Yeah, Blue Dog knows he doesn't need to do take any risks now. He just needs to keep it clean, keep it on track. And even if he does pick up that penalty, as I said, the first warning was in lap 1, and we're going to gather that was from avoiding those other cars. So he would probably be looking to remove that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And Kaio, currently P5, probably a bit too far back. JJ P6.
Been asked if anyone's underfueled. No safety cars? I'm not seeing any red tanks.
Yeah, everyone's looking good. Batman picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, it was his first penalty too, so... yeah, it wouldn't have moved him up any. But now Arch has now got a target to go and catch him now. Did he get DRS? He did get DRS, so Arch could get another spot. And Batman is flashing. Yes, he is. So Arch is about 30% more ARS, so he could try and have a go. Jeneth and Saki battling, so I'm not sure if Saki is in, if he is AI or not. But obviously having a battle there at the back. But believe it or not, I don't know if Jeneth still is here or not, but he could actually pinch the final point actually. He's still going, so and a lot of the guys ahead of him, 9 seconds. So yeah, Jennings might actually pinch the last point. But
3.5 seconds on that final lap for Blue Dog and Cuds, so he needs to find 1.5 seconds somewhere, Cuds. And I don't think he's going to be able to manage that, unfortunately.
But yeah, what we'll do is we'll watch the leader come around the last half of the lap. Izzy Bro pretty much been untouchable. We haven't actually seen much of him. That's because he's been so far out in front.
I'm just watching. Kaio's actually just slipped in within 5 seconds of Cuds, so Cuds might lose out an extra position here. He's on the cusp of that 5. He's literally on 5 seconds as we speak, so Kaio might be looking at P4 here, maybe.
Izzy Bro has used all his ARS for this lap, so he wants fastest lap on these old hards. It'll be amazing if he does it, but he's coming around the final corner, untouchable tonight at Silverstone. So he crosses the line, he wins the feature. He does improve his lap, but doesn't get fastest lap. But nonetheless, it's going to be maximum points for Izzy Bro tonight.
Almost a grand slam.
Yeah, exactly. Bridgie, a brilliant drive from him. He comes around P2. Cuds, he will cross the line P3. However, that 5-second penalty. Oh, Blue Dog.
At 4.
Blue Dog.
I don't think he's got it.
No, he's not.
Just outside.
Cuds drove a quick final lap.
He had a great final sector.
Yeah, he got to 4 seconds, but not quite. Cuds, still a respectable drive, P4. Kaio manages to get P5. JJ P6. Burke, he jumps up to 7. Chriso loses behind Tetris, but remember, we'll see if he gets that 10-second removed. So that will jump him up, I think, back into P7.
7, yeah.
So if he can get that removed, a good spot for him. Gilcat, he rounds out the top 10. NATO had a pretty poor first half of the race, but he managed to bring some points home for Ferrari. So they're still in it in the constructors after their really good first round. Batman will finish P12, Arch 13th, Ads 14th after he's had a bit of a miserable one with a couple of incidents. Ratbag currently 15th. Will he hold it? No, I think Jenneth got P15. I think he gets the final point.
Oh.
We'll double check the classification, but I'm pretty sure I saw Jenneth in that final spot, which he has. He's done a good job.
Driver of the day.
Blue Dog. Oh, I think that's fair enough. I think he drove a really good race. Probably moved up the most spots, but I reckon you could go any of the top 5. Izzy Bro, just probably because we haven't seen anything of him. But the Red Bull reserve driver will be absolutely thrilled with that. He's done absolutely what he wanted.
I'll just jump down to I'll take a full weekend results.
No, sorry, Izzy Bro's full-time. What am I thinking? Like, Izzy Bro full-time reserve driver. So
Bridges reserve. Bridges reserved. Shanife, yeah, you're absolutely right. He did jump up into P15 and snatch that point off Ratbag.
Yeah. There's that many reserves. Still trying to get used to who's actually here. But Izzy Bro, he is full-time Red Bull. So that's a double win for Red Bull. Didn't quite get the fastest lap that he wanted. What was he off? He was only 0.2 of a second off as well.
Just off. Yeah. And that's Christo on the softs, you got to think. So he got very close.
So he just had pace in hand, but Izzy Bro, too dominant. Bridgie and Blue Dog, they'll be the 3 on the podium tonight. Card's so unfortunate to miss out.
Oh.
But Blue Dog, he moved up 10 positions with that, 13th to 3rd. Yeah, I think that's probably fair enough that the game gave him driver of the day. But as I said, you could go with at least any of the top 4. They drove really well.
Absolutely.
JJ Burke, Tetris, Chriso, Gilcat ended up to 10, and we'll just scroll down. There were 2 DNFs like a true boss. And Shadow, unfortunately, got disqualified for being beached on the curb. But Timmy, I reckon that was a brilliant night of racing. I reckon a little bit quiet at the end of that feature, but and a bit of shenanigans on the first lap for both races. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was absolutely spectacular. We saw some great wheel-to-wheel battles, particularly through Stowe and down into clubs, which is great to see. You know, you don't see a lot of wheel-to-wheel battle. They kind of one or the other will tend to back out, but these guys, they didn't really back out. They just kept at it all night. And as we said, we saw JJ, Kaio, Verk, Christo. What a recovery he had to make. And then obviously FRL and the Ferrari, he had the early spin along with Verkin, etc. And they really pulled it together at the end of that race with no safety cars or VSCs to help them. They had a lot to do in that race.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll try and get the top 3 in. Have a bit of a chat.
I'll try to pull Bridgie.
So it'd be Bridgie, it'd be Izzy, and it'd be Blue Dog. That'd be the 3. And Blue Dog was driver of the day, so he'll be in here anyway.
I'll have a look for these guys now. Oh, they should be able to see this Blake chat anyway, shouldn't they?
They should, because we're in the same chat with the invites.
We've got the race winner anyway.
Yep.
I'll just drop him a message for the rest of the drawing.
No worries. So I'm thinking while you do that, we might have a bit of a chat with Izzy, because he was pretty much unbeatable tonight. Izzy.
Hey, young.
Yeah, we're going all right. Really good race to watch, but I think it was a bit boring from your end. From the look of it, I think we barely were on board with you.
Yeah, I was thinking about slowing down heaps so you just start talking about me. Fucking hell.
That's right. I will get it right that you're full time. Instead of reserve. Yeah. But hey, what can we say really that probably has already been said pretty much. Absolute ripper start in that sprint race. Jumped all 4 of them off, all 3 of the top guys off the line, and then sort of just stayed there. And then
I had a rough quali. I dropped a heap of time in the last sector, and then in the sprint, I sort of seen a lot of the boys doing spins, which I know that sort of warms your tyres up, but it can also fuck them. But I think Kyo, whatever his name, Kyonic, or he spun and just disqualified. So yeah, I got an easy run there, and then I knew I had to break DRS within 3 seconds, within the first 3 laps, and broke DRS, and then it was pretty cruising from there because the boys were all fighting behind me. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and you did the exact same in the feature as well. Got the good jump, sort of missed the carnage again at turn 1, and then sort of ran your own race.
I had 5 beers in that race. I had the kids coming out with the beers and keep putting them up. Mate, I'm sweating like a bloody priest at a Wiggles concert at the moment. It's ridiculous. So I had to keep loading up with the beers, and then at the end there, I was halfway through muddling around in my beer. That's why I kept dropping time. Anyway, and then I thought I'd have a crack at the fastest lap, and I was purple, and then right in that last sector, the game just shut down. So I'm assuming I finished.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't actually see if you crossed the line or not?
Last corner, the last corner, it shut down.
Hey,
so weird as.
That's right. You went over 90%. We'll class it as the double win. But but as I said,
about 99.9.
Yeah, it was literally the last corner.
But yeah, absolutely dominant tonight. Belgium next week. Thinking you can carry the form over.
Yeah, I'm back all right at Spa. The problem is it's 3 o'clock Queensland time, and it's generally good beer drinking weather. So,
yeah, I've just got actually word the McLaren boys are looking at an appeal for drink driving.
No worries. It's not going to stop me, so you do whatever you want to do, mate. I'm still going to drink drive. I'm happy to finish last, whatever.
Or don't
be pussies, McLaren. You be fine.
Great job, mate.
Thanks for putting it on, boys. It was a good day.
No worries.
Great job, mate.
Yeah, congrats, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see ya.
All right, Bridgie, P2.
Hello. Reserve.
Yeah, tier 4 driver, having good form in there, and then just a sneaky little P2 in the feature tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like I got really lucky there tonight, though, with a lot of incidents, but I'll take second place every day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talk us through turn 1. Obviously, you're a little bit behind that, but you had a great start, and you just ran around the outside of the inside runners who all got caught up.
Yeah, first just got around the corner good, surprisingly. Like, I usually absolutely suck at that corner. So just went around the outside and just tried sneaking through and just made sure I got no any incidents, and I was good to go.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, sorry, you go.
Sorry, I was just going to say, yeah, pretty much obviously not quite the pace Easy Bro, and sort of your results in France last week, I think in both tiers weren't great, but good to actually get some good form, sort of clean racing, because as I said, we probably didn't see much of you either, being that you're right up there, so you did show really good form, and sort of just once Cuds got sort of that 5-second penalty, you were sort of just bringing it home.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely I'm just going to call the cops on what's his name, Izzy Bro, and get him arrested for drink driving. And yeah, once he got that 5-second penalty from Cards, I felt like all I needed to do was stick to the track, and I had it in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that 5 probably killed Caz's heart too.
Yeah, because he started catching me rapidly in the last couple of laps, and then if he didn't have that penalty, I feel like he would have pushed a lot harder.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, he's obviously another Tier 4 driver, so used to might be looking like a little bit more competitive down the track.
Yeah, maybe.
Spa next week, a track that you like, thinking about reserving Tier 3 again, or?
I will reserve if I need to be here, but it's definitely not one of my best tracks. That's all I've got to say about that track.
Low wings.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're running high, if you're running double digits, you're probably running way too high anyway. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah. But again, congrats on your podium. Good form tonight, and then whether you do race Tier 3 or not, good luck for next week anyway for Tier 4.
Cheers, boys.
All right.
So onto Blue Dog, the Ferrari driver. Obviously, P4 on track, but obviously you saw the 5-second of Cuds. Didn't have to push too hard in those final laps. How were you feeling out there? Yeah, that was a lot. I think there was about 5 of yous down there. Yeah. Did make a quick dash during the pit stop, do you? Another drink driving charge coming, it looks.
Oh. Yeah. No, I think they'll think you'll say you're under the limit, so it'll be just Izzy Bro that they'll be going after. But,
yeah, well, he's only had 2. Definitely, you should be undone, depending on what you're drinking. Oh, well, yeah, I think speeding pit lane's pretty hard to get removed. I did see him go under the speed limit, but yeah, he may have jumped up. I've done it quite a few times myself. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Look, onto on to Spa next weekend. How are you feeling heading over there? Well, I'm just looking at the weather as we speak for next week, and it's looking. It's actually raining, believe it or not, for Friday and Saturday. Obviously, that does change us. We can't count on that too much. No, I don't think it can get removed. I think it's too iconic. It's been around too long. They've spent too much money upgrading it for starters to even bother removing it, in my eyes. But yeah, look, obviously, best of luck next weekend. Thanks for jumping in and well done on the P3 there.
Yeah, well, again, congrats on your P3, and you'll be fairly close to the championship lead, so we'll see
Well, not only that, driver of the day.
Yeah,
you forgot
that
to mention.
too. Yeah, you
It's
can
a
do
shoey.
it. You can
do one.
do a shoey, get a couple of points.
Why not DRS? DRS does it? We're not
does
but
DRS?
You're welcome.
Hey,
You're welcome
that's
to
right.
do it.
Hey, post
and you're welcome to post it.
Yep.
I reckon that's bonus points. I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10.
But yeah, congrats again.
Actually,
Blue
no, I won't. You're Ferrari.
Jeez. All right, well, that just about wraps things up. Timmy, thanks for joining me tonight. Awesome action, as usual, in Tier 3.
Absolutely. Obviously, 2 more races to go. You're in one of them. How are you feeling heading into Silverstone?
Probably not one of my strongest, but as we sort of saw if you can navigate turn 1, you can keep it fairly clean. But yeah, hoping for a good result in the sprint. Hopefully avoid the carnage, but yeah, looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at the sprint and feature from this race. Both turn 1 incidents happened on the inside, so if I'm racing, I'm looking to stay on the outside.
Yep. Yeah, which I definitely
just let the carnage unfold. If you have to cop the penalty, cop the penalty. As we saw, Christo cop 10, but we know that's going to be getting removed, so
yeah, exactly.
There's ways around it. But look, as we said, we've got Tier 2 in a little over 2 hours or so, 3 hours, I think. 2 hours, actually. A little over 2 hours.
Bit over 2 hours, and we've got Brocco and Ratbag, I'm pretty sure, doing comms for that tonight, so don't want to miss that one for the Tier 2 lads. Hopefully Blurs doesn't probably dominate as much as he did last week, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, he was looking very good. I know Silverstone's one of his favourite tracks, as is mine. As I know, a lot of us have good and bad tracks, and Silverstone isn't one of his, but I know he's been putting in the hard yards this weekend, so he'll be looking for another good result.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, thank you for joining me, Timmy, and we'll see everybody next week for Tier 3, but Tier 2 in a couple of hours. So until then, we'll catch you next time.
All right, see you guys.